messed up the shot, Jacob.
I'm making it better. It looks like you have your hand in your pants, though.
How did that look?
You're live now, so...
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. No one's seen it, but it's going to be on YouTube because this saves for 14 days.
That's good.
And so the start of this podcast is actually you looking like you are fucking
I'm jerking off. That's fantastic.
I hate this
computer. Well, when you go live, I'll pull up the chat.
There we go. Full screen.
Oh, look at that. We're live.
Yeah, we've been live.
We've been live this whole time?
No, for the last 2 minutes.
For the last minute.
I'm gonna...
Damn, you have a delay in your stream, don't you?
Maybe it's the internet. I can change it over, I think.
It's probably not. It's probably your settings with Twitch. That sometimes happens.
What Wi-Fi am I... Yeah, I'm connected to the wrong... worst website.
Oops.
There. I think it may have actually continued, yeah, because it's saying 2 minutes.
Oh, here we are.
But whatever, here we go. We have one viewer. I'm guessing that's you.
It's me, because I pulled that up so you could check chat, because you don't have anything that helps you check chat. Wait a second. Yeah, you do.
Well, yeah, it's there. Do we want to just...
Well, shit, I guess.
Yeah, this computer sucks.
Alright.
It was a free computer. I'm going to mention every podcast that computer sucks. And then
I mean, free is free, so...
Deck collection's free, so...
Deck collection's free.
They gave that to me, and here we are now. Anyways, so I'm going to start the show now. Okay. I'm Mr. Lips. This is Mr. Lips Talk Shit, and I'm with my friend, Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe.
He's a great friend of mine. I do have to start in the beginning that Twitch, because I have sponsors. I don't know if you knew this. But I actually got adverts for this little show for the 13 viewers, subscribers that I have. They were all interested. They were clamoring. They were like, we want to be involved in the local scene. A lot of the previous viewers probably know this. So, again, Twitch does not have anything to do with the sponsors. You have to legally say that. Twitch has nothing to do with this.
Twitch does not condone these sponsors.
Now, yeah, and these are reoccurring. I have a new one, but this is
what is it? Bad Dragon or something?
No. So we'll start off. It's the masturbation.
Oh, okay.
Presented last time from David Dross, and it continues. This is the masturbation kit. You can get them. Contact me, and I'll direct you. If you're interested, I will get you the masturbation kit. This is.
Now, I have a very important question to ask you.
How good is your eyesight?
I have a very good question to ask you. Does it come used as well?
It comes.
Okay. This does not.
It helps me come. This is the
so you cannot buy a used model. Okay.
No, it's probably not. I don't know. You'd have to, I guess, the American masturbation.
Does he really sell these?
Who?
Who did it again?
Oh no, the first it was premiered on David Dross's episode. So if you watch David Dross and me, that's the premiere episode of that.
Does he actually sell these though?
No one sells those.
Okay,
they're fake.
Then is it a real sponsorship?
No, it's a real sponsorship.
How do you get money?
Shut the fuck up. That's the joke, man. All right. Now. The last episode, previous one.
Yeah.
We've featured this. It's a book. It's How to Talk to Your Cat About Gun Safety.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't watch the whole episode.
If you need to actually talk to your cat or pets, this will help you. It has great tips. I've read it, and my cats are now dead.
Anyways, that they are. Rest in peace, Thomas. I miss you.
And just for you, because I knew you were going to be here, and I think you may have seen this, but I've actually contacted them. It's a brand of hot sauce. It's beautiful. It's Cock. We have Cock as a sponsor.
We're sponsored by Cock.
It is very hot. My singer Hannah, you know her. You've met her,
I
I think,
do.
a
I
few
love
times.
Hannah. She's
She's
fantastic.
the one who turned me on to this product, and I'm like, I'm gonna contact these guys, and they've definitely wanted to deal. So that's what we have today.
Have you yourself become a cock expert now that you've been?
I've examined many bottles,
Okay.
and man, sometimes they get bigger.
How did you get these two sponsorships?
Don't worry about that.
I'm very curious. We're gonna talk about this off the air.
No. Doesn't need to be talked about.
Well, I want to be sponsored by Cock. I stream on Twitch.
Why don't
too,
you fucking
sometimes
do your own work like I did, hooved it into the mountains of the Himalayas just to get these sponsors?
I don't believe you.
I don't believe me either.
you can't even move out, bro.
Look, sometimes you do things that matter most.
Okay.
And I want to move out. Anyways, I have no money. What?
We all don't have money.
I know,
That's
right?
like, that's how living in California is.
So in any case, this is Gabe. He is a singer, vocalist. He is most known for Median Insight.
Am I most known for that one?
That's what we're going to say here, unless you're comfortable saying names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with saying two names, and that's Lost in Antares and Median Insight.
That's
because without Lost in Antares, I wouldn't have gone anywhere or met anyone.
Right.
And then Median Insight was just a beautiful project with me and a good friend.
Right, and yeah, so that the unnamed band was your second band, which is what I've always wondered. I know you've told me, but I forget things.
Okay.
Especially when I use the masturbation kit.
I understand.
And then I use the cock.
Does post-nut clarity not exist to you? Okay.
Screaming. Just constant screaming.
Just constant.
Yeah.
In your ear.
Yeah. It's become a real problem for my therapist. So, anyways, so the how long did Lost in Antares last for? Like, how did that start?
So, Lost in Antares was a band before I was in it.
Are they around still?
I don't think Lost in Antares is around still, but I do believe both Mozzie and Afshin, the two guitarists that were in the band, I believe both of them still write music. So they have stuff that they work on. They haven't been super vocal about it on social media, but whenever I get with them, they show me like what they've been working on, which isn't a lot, by the way. I don't see those guys a lot because they moved to a place that's a little out of the way. I'm not going to dox them, but so I don't see them as much, but I'll probably see them on the 20th.
Okay. And so did they do most of the writing while you were in that band, or did you like
from what I remember, like I didn't write shit for that band.
Okay.
Like I tried making bass lines, but
so you were the
I was still very inexperienced
in
writing music around the time of being in Lost in Antares. So I didn't really touch any of the bass lines. To my understanding, a lot of the writing was done by Mozzie and Afshin, and then Safe would write vocals on top of it and like figure out the vocal timings. All that.
Did you do both bass and vocals, or did you only do bass?
So I started out just doing bass, and then I did backup vocals a little bit. Not a whole lot, but that's where I started like realizing that I wanted to do vocals more. I don't know if I'm just an egomaniac or what it is.
I wasn't going to say anything.
But
I met you. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck you, dude. I come on your show, you treat me like shit.
It's Mr. Lips Talk Shit.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot to add, it's in small lettering actually, it says, and treats guests like shit. You're a piece of... No,
I gotta say, it's hot in here.
I know. I imagine so, but see, I'm skinny now, so this is nothing to me. This is
I'm still fat.
Yeah,
so.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're in a jacket. You're an
I'm cold all the
maniac.
time. I'm 142 pounds.
I guess that's how it's like being. I almost called you autistic. That's not the right one. What's the one where you don't eat?
Autistic.
It's not autistic.
No. Then
anorexic.
Anorexic.
Yeah, that's what happens when you become anorexic.
That changes a lot of things. I'm gonna have to call a few people and let them know that I'm anorexic, not
autistic. Yeah.
Because I got too confused. Yeah, man, autistic. No.
But yeah.
All right. So then, when you went to the unnamed band, the unknown, the Lost in Death band
who shall not be named.
Right. You basically, people who know you will know you, and people who want to know will, whatever.
Figure
it out eventually, obviously.
And, I feel like if anyone's actually watching this, they probably know who I am.
Yeah.
So they already probably know what we're talking about.
And in that band as well, you didn't do any writing, correct? Because the songs, from what I understand,
I did do writing. I wrote a large part of the lyrics.
Okay.
I'd say about like 90% of the lyrics I wrote. And then as far as like the actual accompanying music, from what I remember, David did a large portion of that, like after we had gotten in and we started writing music, because me and David jumped in on that band late, and they had already had music.
Yeah.
So we would just play from there. And then when we started writing our own music, a lot of the times David did a lot of that.
Right.
And accompanied by the drummer as well.
Of course.
And then I would just focus on lyrics, and then I would pass it off to a separate person who also did vocals in that band and let them write their part. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went. And that's really like all I'm gonna say as far as writing music goes, because there's a lot.
I mean, you don't associate
about it.
Yeah.
That is messy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just start a bunch of shit.
That's fine. No, I'm only asking about your history. So if there are people that are going to be watching this later down the line, they'll know who you are, and then when you come back on, it'll be, just, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? So, and to be fair with David Dross, it did start with him talking about the history of No Advisory, and David Dross, correct?
I do.
Yeah. So that's how this kind of was birthed, was like, I've always wanted to do a podcast, which of talking to musicians, local musicians, promote them in whatever they're doing currently. If they're not doing anything, they could just hang out and talk about some of their writing process, because in the hopes of younger people will be watching this, probably not, and being like, oh, how do I do this? Oh, what's this? And then probably hear from you good advice, but clearly make it known that band you don't associate with any of the actions or anything that had to do with anything.
Yes, because
vehemently
a lot of why that band doesn't exist, and those of you that know, I really had no idea any of that happened, and the only way I found out was from a comment on Facebook, and then messaging that person a string of learning things. So
shit hit the fan.
Shit indeed hit the fan.
Oh, we're gonna leave it as. We're gonna keep it with music, of course. So.
Of course, it was just something I don't want to talk about or focus on. All I want to reiterate is that I knew absolutely nothing about it, because a lot of my perception of playing shows with that band was I was just excited to see all my friends,
of course,
and play music with my friends, and listen to my friends play their music. That's pretty much all I was focusing on. I wasn't focusing on
the other
things that were going on, and I was very unaware of a lot of it. If I was aware of it, then I would not have been in that band as long as I was in that band.
I mean, to be fair, it's like who's gonna know to look at those things, or who's gonna actually like be able to hindsight. It's like, am I really gonna be able to catch that, or and it is this person going to hide this well, which they more than likely are. So in any case,
Yeah.
the writing styles from Lost in the Tars to that were they different, or were they the similar genre band,
They
or
were massively different. So Lost in Atars was very much like metalcore, but like a technical metalcore. And I believe, and it's just me personally, I believe a lot of that was owed to Mozzie, who was our lead guitarist, because Mozzie was just so unbelievably talented.
mm-hmm.
And he still is. He's still an amazing musician, and he still writes amazing stuff. Um, and then, transitioning from Lost in Tars to the band that shall not be named, um, it was more new metal inspired, like very much new metal inspired, which I love new metal. I don't have any problem with it, and that's why it was easy to like transition to that because it was something familiar to me and something I listened to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot easier to transition to that than Lost in Tars because that was basically my first band, and a lot of their stuff was a little difficult for me to play as a starting musician.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so they were pretty different because, as you know, new metal and metalcore are pretty different.
Well, yeah, each genre and subgenre of metal is completely vastly different. They may like touch on a few things here and there, like most metal does, but like, yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah. Um,
Is that where you learned how to do more vocals in that second band? Were you just like thrown into that, or like
so I had already primed myself on doing vocals with Lost in Guitars.
being the
So
backup vocalist?
yeah, and when uh when I was done with my time
Mm-hmm.
with Lost in Guitars, and I was transitioning to the other band, a lot of what I was doing was standing in my hot ass garage and screaming and practicing as much as I possibly could, until I actually went into audition, and then it worked out really well. I got it, and the rest is
History,
local
of
history.
course. So then moving from there, and leaving that band and getting out of what you got out of, you went into making a band with David
Mm-hmm.
called Median Insight.
Just to clarify, because we've named two Davids, David Shin,
Mm-hmm.
not David Dross. I was working with David Shin.
Right.
Uh, so me and David, like me and David and the drummer and the bass player from the previous band, we had been working on that side project already.
Mm.
So once everything kind of hit the fan, me and David left entirely. And then the twins did not. I said their name. Oh well. The two did not. And then basically things got really messy,
Mm-hmm.
and both me and David were so full of anger.
Of course.
And Median Insight just eventually became uh, a project as a big middle finger.
Sort of a release, kind of like
Yes, because
go.
we had been told something prior.
Mm-hmm.
Well, David specifically was told it. Uh, he basically had somebody say to him that me and David couldn't write anything on our own, and anything we did write wouldn't be very good.
Well, I think it's amazing.
Thank you.
I listen to it like every here and there, and be just like, yeah, I think it's amazing.
I'm still super proud of what we did. I think we made something quite great, and I'll touch more on that in a moment. But let me lead up to that real quick. So when I heard that from David, everything was on at that point. And then David, being David, he just wrote tons of stuff. I mean, what you hear from Media Insight, the like 4 songs that we had 20 other ones.
Where are they? Should ask.
Oh,
somewhere.
I'll get to that. So
in a bunker.
They're somewhere. I have a couple of them.
I know where they are. Same place I got the masturbation kit.
There. If you look at the back of the masturbation kit, you'll see a QR code. That's where they are. But right the QR code is like that big. So from that point, David was just writing and writing. There was supposed to be somebody else with us, but things didn't work out. So at the start, it was just me and David. After that didn't work out. So we just kept writing. We kept writing. I started working on vocals for a lot of the songs. And then, boom, big ass break. Me and David don't talk for months. It's not anything particular that went wrong. I just think he had stuff in his life that was making him very busy. And then I had to figure out a bunch of stuff in my life. And then we reconnected. And by that time we reconnected, he had already worked on Atrocity. So the song you've been using to promote, I'm not on that.
Oh, damn it.
So Atrocity, I am not a part of Atrocity at all. That is entirely David.
Okay.
David wrote the music. David wrote the lyrics. David pretty much did everything for that.
I had no idea.
And then we had a producer as well named John McLucas.
Okay.
And I love you, John. You're the best. I miss you.
Shout out, John.
Shout out to John McLucas. So when we reconnect, he's like, I want to do an EP. Because the thing that became very apparent in around 2018 when we recorded, or I think it was 2018. A lot of what we realized was that albums weren't getting as much traction. It was EPs that were getting people's attention more.
Yeah, so, EPs and singles seem to be where it's at.
All those songs that we had ready, we were gonna segment them into different EPs instead of doing a full album. It didn't work out that way, obviously, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But we basically, he's like, I want to hire John again. Sorry, I'm burping because of the beer.
Which he is 21. Twitch.
I'm not 21. I'm 27.
Over 21. I meant. You know what I meant.
I know what you mean.
Fuck you. Get off my show. I'll do this alone.
All right, fine. Here's your mic. So he's like, I want to hire John to do this because he really liked what he did with Atrocity. And naturally I agreed because Atrocity came out very well. And I was like, well, if we get the same guy again, we're just going to have a whole EP of greatness.
Right.
So we finished writing the lyrics. We finished kind of like overall structuring it how we want it to be. And then we bring it to John, who we already had a solid structure, and then with his brain and his knack for producing, he just kept adding stuff that was just so magnificent, gorgeous. And then after that, we finished the EP, we released it, and then a couple people know, probably you, me and David did 3 shows for Media Insight.
I was at one of those shows.
You were at one. You were at one when we had the full band with Luke and Riley.
Right.
But before that, me and David went to 2 open mic nights at Now Music Freaks.
Oh, okay.
And The way we played was I did my vocals, David played his guitar, and the rest was done by a laptop.
That's fair.
So it was the two of us on a laptop for the first like 2 shows. And then it was either me or David or we both at the same time. We brought up that we thought Luke would be a really good fit. And for those of you who know him from a lifetime later, Luke played bass for that band. And the thing about Luke is he's insane. The man is crazy. He's insanely good at his craft.
Okay, I was going to ask, good or bad?
No, in a very good way. Very, very good. I love that man. He is a very, very talented bass player.
Very nice
and
guy.
That's why we gravitated towards him, because we both knew that he had the chops to play what we want to put out there.
Right.
And then I don't remember how we got in touch with Riley. It might have been David.
I think I may have had something to do with it, or
I think it was you. You either talked to me or David. Yeah. It was one of the two, but I know it was you. It had to have been you because you were our only connection to him.
Yeah, me and Jamie Kaufman. You know.
Yeah, and Jamie.
Right. So it was either or the two of us, but yeah. Either way,
it was either one of you. Like, this happened quite a while ago, so my memory on it is like
I've drank a lot.
Not the best. Yeah. So if it was you, Jamie, I'm sorry.
Pretty sure it was me, but yeah.
Yeah.
Either or doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then we played the one show that you went to. Now, a funny story about that show: the entire band was sick.
I remember that.
We were all like deathly ill.
Dying.
And I think we put out a really good performance for being on
as
a
sick
deathbed.
As you were, yeah.
And that was our one and only show as a full band. And then shortly after, David came up to us and he was like, "Hey, so I'm gonna kind of step away." And then, after we part ways with Luke and Riley, we talked to each other about it. And basically, there was no bad blood with anyone at the time. There was no bad blood with anybody. It was just me and David did what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And after that, it just felt like we could just walk away and be happy. And
that's fair.
I felt the same way. And then David basically told me, he was like, "You can have Median Insights band page. You can do whatever you want. You can continue the band if you want." And I told David that I wasn't going to.
Out of respect.
Exactly.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah. It was
a mutual thing.
Exactly. It was very much mutual, and I saw David a couple times after that. I haven't seen him lately. I want to hit him up again and go grab like lunch with him if he still even lives in California.
I haven't seen him since that show.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
From what it seems, I'm not going to speak on his personal life, but from what it seems, he's doing good. From what I've seen on social media that he posts, he seems to be doing well. So I wish him a happy future, and I hope he's actually doing well, like I'm assuming. I'll check in with him eventually.
Right.
But yeah, so we just walked away because we did what we wanted to do, and we felt we could end it.
You pretty much made the EP that band said that you wouldn't be able to, or whoever said that to, and you guys did a great job. So if you wanted to check out it, Median Insight, they're on Spotify and whatnot, and they are on that playlist I have created. It's called The Locals. You can find it on Spotify, and it has almost every local band. I'm sure there's people I'm missing or songs I haven't put on there, and yeah, I put those on there. That was like one of the very first bands I thought of. So,
nice.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Of course.
But yeah, so that's been my history with
music.
What a lot of people know I've done. I mean, I've done quite a bit of stuff after that. It's just I don't promote it.
Right.
Like I released an entire EP that I did by myself called Tragedy. It was like this lo-fi, like kind of like mellow, chill music, all instrumental, and that's when I really started writing my own actual music.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just, it started at like lo-fi stuff, and then I just kept wanting to like get into different things. I was like, well, now I want to write like something orchestral, and I did that, and it came out really well. And I just kept writing weird shit, like random shit, just to kind of have different writing styles under my belt,
So you
so
have
that
the experience in case it
yeah,
comes in handy.
exactly, because
Comes in handy.
ultimate goal in like music, I want to score like films and stuff like that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be cool.
Or
Video
yeah.
games, I believe, right?
I did that a couple times. Not for any major video games. A lot of them were either video games I made in college,
Mm-hmm.
or video game mods that people made for different video games. I would just give them original music that I had written, and then they use that. So I've done quite a bit since Median Insight. It's just I never post about it.
That's fair.
And the reason why is because to me, if you promote something too much, or you like show too much of your hand, and like people respond well to it, and it's like not finished, or it's kind of something you're practicing with, you get like a dopamine rush, and then you just don't expand on it anymore, because you feel like you've already done and finished something because you're getting that gratification.
And you've hit that high level of just like,
exactly.
I did it. I'm hearing the oh wow,
yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't post anything, because a lot of that stuff like Tragedy and other things, a lot of that was just me practicing, right? Like I don't even know if people even know I have a SoundCloud and I have original music up on there.
They do now.
They do now, but good luck finding it. I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
It's not on my Instagram.
Get a few more beers in you, and then
maybe this one's almost over.
I'll get you to talk, and I'll fuck you. With the hot sauce.
Well, if anyone came over from my Instagram, they saw our text communication where I said, hey, I was planning on coming over early so we could have the sex rehearsal. By the way, just for context, I used to come to your house like all the time.
I know, yeah.
When I was a loser and I didn't have a job and any obligations, I just drive over here. Now I have a job, so I can't come here as much. But I have Saturdays off all the time now, so I can come here.
You can come over and hang out if you want. There you go. It's always open. Everyone knows my house is pretty much open to the public for the most part.
Yeah, he leaves the door open. So I walked in today, and we gotta talk, because I think you need to start closing your door, because there was like about 50 homeless people in here, and they all like shit all over the kitchen. Do you want to talk about that?
You're confusing the homeless people for my parents at rapid speed.
You have 50 parents?
No, it was the two of them, but they run around so fast.
I find that hard to believe, too. Anyone who's been at your house is going to find that very difficult to believe.
You don't think the old man in the back has rapid speed for the 8 surgeries?
Do I think he's Sonic the Hedgehog? No.
Maybe he's not. Maybe there is 50 people in my kitchen. Maybe they are taking shits everywhere. You know, maybe I don't like you anymore.
This jumped all over the fucking place.
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So you mainly now just do the Twitch streaming on with video games for the most part. That's your...
For now, yes. I have plans.
That's cool.
For something with a really good friend of mine. I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
That's fine.
I don't even really feel comfortable talking about it too much because, as I said, I don't want to give too much away.
Don't want to show your hand.
And I don't want to set a deadline because it's gonna take a while.
Of course.
Because we both are busy. So it's like,
which is
one of those things where it's like, it's coming. Don't hold your breath, but it'll be here eventually, type of deal.
Right.
And that's all I'm gonna say. I'll say this one thing. I'll do vocals again.
There you go.
Because I have not done vocals in a long time. That's one thing that's been consistent, is I haven't done anything vocally in a very long time. Everything I've written and everything I've done has been purely instrumental, because Sense Media and Insight, that's what I wanted to work on the most. And now that I'm comfortable with my ability to write just music, now I'm okay transitioning and going back to like more of a vocal thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, I'm sure you'll be back on, and when you come back on, you can actually promote it whenever that is. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Right.
There's a lot of writing to do, and I know my other party has a very like, okay, his hero is like Hideo Kojima. I don't know if you know that guy. He made the Metal Gear Solid series.
Okay.
The famous thing about Hideo Kojima is when he has a project, he makes it, he'll talk about it very little. He won't give anything away, and what he does show is so cryptic that people are just like, what the fuck is happening? A prime example of it is in 2018 when Death Stranding, or not 2018 because that's when it came out, but before that, when he was teasing Death Stranding, nobody knew what the fuck the game was about. So
because he didn't want to show his hand.
He didn't want to show the game much, and I kind of respect that, because it's better to just keep working on something until it's finished and then show it than, show them everything and then just go, but we're not putting it out yet. Yeah. Like, it's very similar to you're a movie guy. It's very similar to movie trailers.
Right.
Like, you don't watch those anymore, right?
Nah, I've finished doing that.
I try to not watch them. I work at a movie theater. It's not that easy.
That's probably exponentially difficult, but yeah. I dodge every single one now.
Yeah.
Because I did that basically.
Because it shows like the whole movie. Like, the last one I did was the last movie trailer I watched was Evil Dead Rise, and as much as I really loved that movie, I thought it was a fantastic film. I wish I didn't watch the trailer.
Because it showed too much.
It showed way too much.
So my experience was, I wanted to test it out with Cocaine Bear. Have you seen that yet? Funny fucking movie.
Fantastic movie.
So I'm like, I'm gonna desperately try not to watch the trailer, because all I need to know is that it's a bear and cocaine is involved. That tells me enough. I read the description, right? I'll keep it up to wonder. And I knew Ray Liotta's last film, right? All my friends watched the trailer here. I dodged it. I literally went without watching it. And so when I watched it, it was just like, it was so funny to me. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I had no idea about any of the things and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure it's because of the trailer that there was one part where I laughed like so hard. I could not stop laughing. And then everyone around me, they chuckled and they laughed at that part. And then
they weren't laughing as hard as you.
Yeah, they stopped. And I'm like, well, they watched the trailer. I wonder if that trailer had shown that part. You know what I mean?
Which part was it?
It's literally the part when what's her name? The park ranger, she comes in after being attacked, and so they're like, oh my god, did them thinking that it's the bouncer guy or whoever had roughed her up, And she's like, yeah, it was him. And so like she grabs a gun or something, and she turns around. And when the guy opens the door and the bear's there, and he's like, the fucking bear. And then she shoots the gun, and it hits the dude, and it blows his fucking brains out.
Yeah.
Just brains him.
Yeah.
Killed me. And everyone was laughing. And then like I was still laughing way after that scene was done. You know
so I don't remember that being in the trailer.
Okay.
Because I was one of the people who did watch the trailer. I don't think that part was in the trailer. I think we're just psychopathic and we find something like that funny. I think that's the truth of the matter. It's just that murder makes us laugh.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to tell my therapist now. Oh no.
Fuck, I gotta plan another session.
I have to like I already planned it. It's just like now I have a whole nother thing to talk about. Like I may be a psychopath. Watch out. Okay.
I guess psychopath isn't. Well, never mind. That's a fitting title for that.
And then, like the rest of the jokes that they also had in it, I was like laughing like very well throughout that movie, you know. And I talked to a coworker of mine who went and saw the movie, and he thought he saw the trailer, and he's like, I thought it was a completely different film. I didn't think it was a comedy, so I was actually expecting something completely different. I'm like, okay, so either. The thing about trailers is almost the same as I would say movie reviews, right? So with trailers, it's just some studio and then giving it to some guy, and he's cutting up what he thinks will be the best parts in order to, you know, see if people will want to come and see it. That's basically what a trailer is. Obviously, show the parts that are important, but also try not to show the important parts. But a lot of movies seem to fail in that.
All of them.
A lot of them. I would say there's some of them where it's like, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen.
I think the only one you could say that you don't think it's going to happen is, what's his name? Is it Brandon Cronenberg's Infinity Pool with Mia Goth?
I've not seen that film.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah?
It's fucking weird, but I have to watch it again, but I remember enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch it again, but I did like it when I first watched it. If you're okay, so to just like explain, if you hear Mia Goth and you get excited because Pearl and X is not like either of those films, so immediately don't think about that. It is a drastically different film with a drastically different tone, but it's I'm willing to say I enjoyed my first watch,
right?
But I have to watch it again.
So like. As to what I was saying was like with movie trailers, it's a real guess on how much they're going to tell you and how much they're going to show you. You know what I mean?
I think all movies should just like, if you're gonna like put out a trailer for a movie, and this is gonna sound biased again, but do it in like the way Hideo Kojima promotes his stuff.
I would agree.
Where a lot of it is like landscape stuff. And like setting the tone through your your stage design,
right?
And show that off, and then maybe just like isolated clips of each character, and like not long clips, just like flash their faces so they know which actors are gonna be in the film, and don't show me any of the fucking story. Or anything like that. I'm sick of it. Because, like, why am I paying? Well, I don't pay money for films. Because, as I've said, I work at a movie theater. I get free passes to movies. So I don't fucking pay for movies anymore. But, like, don't show anybody that. Because people who pay for movies and go to the movies, you're just fucking ruining it for them.
Right.
And it's at the point where it's like, well, why do I buy your fucking shitty movie when you show me all your hands?
Yeah, so like, I think a good example of, basically they showed the whole movie. Jim Parsons did a movie, a gay romantic comedy movie, right?
Was that The Bros or something?
No, that was, what's his name? Billy Eichner. That's Bill Eichner. Billy Eichner? Billy something? Billy on the Street. You've never seen Billy on the Street?
No. Dude, I've never seen your favorite film either.
Funniest. Brokeback Mountain? No, I'm
No,
kidding. What?
A Boy and His Dog.
Oh yeah, that's just a hidden gem. I have that.
All I know is that movie is insanely fucking depressing.
I love A Boy and His Dog. It's a great movie.
I hear it's horrible.
It's what started the Mad Max franchise.
Fair enough.
Anyways, so what I was going to say was Jim Parsons did this gay rom-com, and it's literally him and him meeting this guy, obviously. And when you watch the whole trailer, it literally tells you how they met, okay, and then it shows like the whole. One of them ends up in the hospital. It's like, okay, I probably feel like that should have not been in the trailer, but they end up in the. So now you know there's going to be something problem, and then there's like every single thing for the 2-minute trailer that it was showed everything, and I'm like, I've already seen the movie. Also, I've probably seen it the straight version. You know what I mean? So it's like you're not really telling me anything different. Why the hell would I go spend money to go see this movie?
I think the perfect film to summarize this argument is M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin.
I haven't seen this.
It's a horrible film. Don't watch it. I hated it.
Well,
I'm biased because I hate M. Night Shyamalan. I think all his films are lazy and dumb.
Okay. Fuck you. Get the fuck out.
But like the trailer basically explained fucking everything. So it was just like it was just very fucking obvious. Like as soon as I sat and I watched it with a friend, I was just like, this is a piece of shit. Like I've literally got everything in the trailer, and the whole thing about M. Night Shyamalan, it's like, oh, there's a big twist. There was not a twist. And even then, your twists suck dick anyway, so it's like...
Oh, well.
Okay, oh, well, I guess. But yeah, there was no fucking twist from what I saw. It was just like... the trailer set it up as, okay, so these people are here for this reason. And then you get through the whole movie, and then it's just like, oh, okay, so they really were that thing. Yeah, I already knew that. Like, from the fucking trailer when they told me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so movie trailers, and I never read movie reviews unless after I've watched the movie. Then I just find it hilarious, because I think if you trust so much into a movie review, not that you're an idiot, but you're just like, why are you believing that person? That is a person you've never met before. You don't know who they are. You don't know their biases. You don't know their ideology. You don't know anything about them. They're not you, right? So you're putting your trust in someone to tell you if the movie is good or not. Yeah. That isn't your friend. That's who I would go to, or a family member who's going to go see the movie. You know what I mean? I would trust them more because they would know me more than rather a guy who's getting paid by the movie to say a good thing about the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they can't all be the greatest movie. They all can't be the super amazing next summer hit. They all can't be, you know.
Yeah,
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
You bring up a good point, because anytime I see movie trailers now, all of them like flash up critically acclaimed every single fucking time.
All of them?
And I'm like, no, that's not how this fucking works. Yeah. Okay? If Meg 2 comes out with a trailer that says critically acclaimed, I'm not gonna believe that Sharknado's fucking autistic cousin is fucking critically acclaimed.
Exactly. It's bunk. It's bullshit. And then the sad thing was, from what I remember, at least my sister introduced me into Rotten Tomatoes, or she used to use it all the time, back when no one was on it, back when it was just like a thing that was being passed around. She's like, oh, they're pretty good judges. I'm like, all right, cool. And then all of a sudden they got bigger, and you know they got bigger because they're in the advertisements too. Why are they in the trade? Like, literally, hey, it's been guaranteed fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I wonder if they're getting paid by the movie studios to say something good about it. Dave Chappelle is a great example of that. They would not say anything good about that special because they were probably paid not to, or to be biased about it, which is bullshit.
Yeah,
but I mean, the T-shirt's perfect for this.
I love Dave Chappelle. I love all his specials. I think they're all great. The don't want to touch on the topic too much.
That's fine. We don't have to. I'm just saying, as an example for Rotten Tomato and their biases, it's like, why are they saying that this movie's good and this movie's not? They do it with Mel Brooks. I was looking up reviews for Spaceballs compared to Blazing Saddles, which is same director, same everything, and then they go, "Oh, this one's
Blazing Saddles is fucking wild."
I know.
I don't think half the people living right now could sit through that movie.
No, probably not.
They could not.
Any of
I will say
nuance.
Gene Wilder is probably the best part of that movie.
Oh, Gene Wilder makes the movie, like, everything about him.
Like,
he's a great guy.
That guy is a legend. I just wanted to say that because he's just so fucking good.
It's very a shame that I know him for a lot of other movies, and then when he died, everyone was like, Willy Wonka? I'm like, he did so much more. He did so much.
Everyone, because I get that argument. It's just being mad at the mainstream, right? Because, like, you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, and if you look up anything about Gene Wilder, all it's going to show you is Willy Wonka.
Of course. That's fair. You know,
so for a lot of these people, they'll hear, oh, Gene Wilder passed away, and it's like, who was that again? And then they look it up, and it's immediately like, oh, the guy who played Willy Wonka. You know, but like, as you've said, we know him from different stuff. Me, personally, I really liked him in Blazing Saddles.
Have you ever seen Hear No Evil, See No Evil with Richard Pryor or Stir Crazy?
I have not. So you got to show me those movies.
I don't know if I have them in my collection, unfortunately.
I'll fucking buy them.
But yeah, no, those two are amazing. Hear No Evil, See No Evil is Richard Pryor's basically, he's blind. He plays a blind man, and then Gene Wilder is deaf. And so they end up being friends, and they also get framed for something. And so they have to, like, figure out together, because one of them can see but can't hear. The other one can fucking hear fine but can't see. So it's just like this whole, like, buddy dynamic, and it's fucking great. And then Stir Crazy is them in jail as inmates and shit like that and going crazy. Damn. It is some of the funniest fucking, like, right there. And you have Richard Pryor.
So I have another I have something to ask you. Have you ever seen The House That Jack Built with Matt Dillon?
What's that one about?
So it's basically,
because
if you've never seen it, okay. If it sounds familiar, I'll tell you the premise. It centers around Jack, who is he's an engineer, but he wants to dabble in architecture. So he's trying to build a house, but he can't find the right material. At the same time, you start learning more about Jack. You learn that he has OCD. He's psychopathic.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie.
Okay, I'm going to stop there.
Good.
Because we definitely have to watch that film.
It sounds familiar.
It's so fucking good. Okay.
I think my...
Do you know who Lars von Trier is?
No.
Okay, Lars von Trier made Antichrist with Willem Dafoe. Do you know Antichrist?
No.
Oh my god, bro. You're sleeping on some of the best movies. You see Willem Dafoe's dick in that movie.
So we're going to stop this short.
And we're going to go watch Antichrist.
Keep the mics on. And then just watch it. And then
we'll go out there and it'll just capture the empty fucking room. And we'll just go out there and watch
the cock.
We'll just zoom really fucking close to the cock. Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah, it sounds... So, at least the house that Jack built sounds familiar. I think my bass player told me something about it. I don't remember. Long ass time ago. Another great thing about me is, with spoilers, I will forget them instantly.
Yeah.
I've made that a thing in my brain that I just forget.
Oops. Unless I'm really excited for a movie, I generally don't care about spoilers. Like, a good example of movies I don't give a shit about getting spoiled, any superhero movie. Do not care if it's spoiled.
I'm over them.
Because I gotta be honest with you, 90% of them are absolute dick, bro. They fucking suck. They've always sucked, and they do so good at the box office. The last one I cared about was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
So I'm excited for the new one.
Yeah, the second one.
But that's because I've loved Spider-Man since I was like, for as long as I could remember. He was my favorite superhero growing up. There's like countless pictures of baby Gabe dressed as Spider-Man.
Aww. That's so adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I even had the fucking confetti string web shooters from like
I used to have that
early 2000s.
Yeah. I think my last superhero movie I may have seen, I think Batman versus Superman was the one that kind of did it for me because of how terrible it was.
Oh, that movie was so shitty.
And after that I kind of lost like.
And everybody was like another thing. Justice League was easily more shitty, and everybody was like, "Give us a Zack Snyder cut," and then you get that, and it's still shitty because it's a fucking superhero movie.
Everyone, I heard different, but I don't care. Like I just kind of like, pretty much the way I see all those movies at this point is that they're just cookie cutter. We're gonna get the next one out. It doesn't really fucking matter.
They're formulaic as shit. Like I hear that Guardians 3 is really good.
I didn't. But I fell asleep through the first one. Everyone told me, Jacob, you're gonna love it.
I think a lot of people like Guardians 3 because it touches on animal abuse.
Oh, it has to touch on something.
It has to. But like,
yeah, my experience with that
would elicit an emotional response from me.
Yeah,
I love animals, so seeing something like that would be pretty upsetting.
Right. Yeah. So everyone told me to watch when the first one came out, and I was like, yeah, I got to watch it. And everyone's like, yeah, it's funny. You like it. You'll love the comedy. And I watched it, and I was not only falling asleep, but I'm like, the jokes are kind of like, they're like sitcom jokes. They're cute. They're missing a laugh track.
Can I add something real quick? I really wish you had a phone right now because I want the stream to capture your live reaction of Googling something. Here. Actually, you know what? I have a phone.
What porn am I going to watch?
It's not porn.
Yeah, you've had the chat open this whole entire time. I don't think anyone knows.
And no one is on the chat.
No one's even watching. This is just for me at this point. I watch these videos later, butt-ass naked, covered in peanut butter, and just mad.
Okay, click movie about space from 1992. Just click it for me.
Oh. Okay. Hold on.
Hold on.
I can't watch it.
You can't. You can't. You morally cannot watch that film. I want to watch it so bad, but I saw the tags and I was like, morally, I cannot watch that film.
Oh, dude, this is like, oh man, that's so goddamn funny. It's so funny because it is probably super like left.
By the way, side note, we will not say the title of this film. You can look it up for yourself, but morally, I cannot watch that. It seems Jacob morally cannot watch it either. So if Jacob can morally not watch that film, do not watch that film.
I want to watch the film. I need to watch this.
I can't. Film. You're gonna have to do that alone.
Oh man, I'm gonna find it. No, so that has to be like the most left-leaning movie ever. That has the most like the name alone would set people apart, being like, "Oh my god,
that's horrible."
I'm for it, but I can't be.
It's really funny. The only reason I'm glad that film exists is because it's so funny to get people's reaction when they Google it.
It's fucking hilarious.
Other than that, no. Like, no. Just a big fucking no.
Right.
Like, don't watch that movie.
See,
but Google it because it has a funny name.
Yeah. I'm very, very curious to see it. That's the thing, you know.
That was what my thing initially was, but then I saw what the genres were. I was like, morally, I can't.
What were the genres? Wait a minute. What were the genres again? Sci-fi and comedy.
Sci-fi, comedy, and another very important one you're leaving out.
I don't think I saw that. Wait, go back. Hold on. Pause in the show.
Okay, we're gonna pause real quick. So they don't have it in the tag, but you know what it is.
Let me see.
I'm not letting you see.
Damn it.
You know
later.
You know what it is. You know what type of film it is, Jacob. You know it's a exploitation film.
Oh, see, I didn't even think that. I just thought it was okay. Take that back. I can't watch it.
You cannot watch that.
I'll watch the first 5 minutes of it, and then I'll cry myself to sleep.
No, but yes, do not watch that film, but Google movie about space from 1992 and look at the title and go, haha, that's funny, I can't believe this exists, and do not watch the movie. Because I'm pretty sure you cannot stream it anywhere. And even if you can stream it anywhere, the act of you streaming it gives this director money, and the act of you purchasing that film also gives it money. So if you find a torrent, then yeah, that's fine. Like that's the one movie I'm comfortable going, yeah, just torrent this fucking movie. This fucking thing is breaking.
Mine or yours?
Mine, because I'm trying to keep the chat open.
If anyone wants to ask Gabe any questions, music related or
yeah, this guy didn't prepare any.
Me.
So.
I mean, I did.
I'm kidding.
We pretty much went through it. You know, I didn't really have much.
No other hard-hitting questions you want to ask me?
I mean, like I have like general questions that I have ideas of, but I feel like they've been so overdone, and they're like in every interview. You know what I mean? Like, well, I guess one would be like if you were to give people tips, you know, like younger bands starting out or something like that. What would be your like main tip? Like, okay, so. Like for me, for example, I've mentioned this many times. If you've seen us play, you've probably seen me bring it, but it's right here. This is my toolbox. This is my drum box. It doesn't just hold my masks, but it holds every single piece of extra item you can think of for a drum set.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, felts, wing nuts, drum keys, markers, literally everything that's in here is a survival kit. So if something does go wrong, or if I need something before the show, I can dig in there and literally I can fix my drum set, which is, you know, it saved me multiple times. I have extra of those cymbal sleeves, and what I'll do is if there's a house kit, I know people steal shit, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And so I'll use the house kit and go like, there's no cymbal sleeves. I'll leave the cymbal sleeves that I have, so I'll just keep buying new ones. So probably a lot of shows that have house kits, I should say, have more or less my cymbal sleeves on it, unless someone's taken them.
So is this like, for your question, is this tips on what you should bring to shows, or just tips on being a local band in general?
Either or. I mean, take it as you want.
I'll answer both of those because I do have stuff I want to touch on the latter.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as what you should bring as a local artist, extra strings if you're a string player, and if you're a drummer, exactly what you just said. Have extra hardware with you.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing that could fucking happen is, let's say you're really nervous for a show. You're practicing backstage and you snap a string. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Go down to fucking Guitar Center and get a new string? No, you just slap a new one on. Boo, boo, boo.
Yeah.
And if you have Floyd Rose, you're kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know what to tell you. But don't get those guitars. That's what I could tell you. I understand the appeal of getting those guitars, but they're just massively inconvenient as far as restringing goes.
Mm.
So I would stay clear of those for a while unless you have more than one guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then just keep that one in like a tuning that is specifically set to specific songs, and then have different guitars that you have in different tunings, or that you could tune like flexibly.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a drummer, yes. If you're a drummer, stuff like this is essential.
I would say pretty much to everyone, even if you're not a drummer, get a toolbox or some type of box. Like I have a ice chest that I used to use all the time, and that only had masks and a few things. And then I'm like, I'm gonna need more stuff, and so that's like one advice if to bring to shows. One of the two things I could probably tell a younger band to always do, that we've done as a band and I've always done since we started the band, is the first one is we tell people this: we're a vegan band, as in we have no beef with anyone. Don't have any beef. We don't fight with anyone. No beef.
See, I have a counter question for you and the rest of your band. Is that problematic?
Not necessarily. I mean, if we...
But how? Because let's say, I'm not naming anyone here, but let's say there's an actual monster that you've met, like somebody like fucking Ezra Miller, like that type of monster.
We just didn't associate with them.
Yeah, but
we don't have...
You wouldn't openly have beef with a person like that? Because I sure shit would.
I mean, I guess in that case, sure, but like for the most part, beef as in like we're not there to fight with you. That's what that mainly means.
Okay. See, I was wondering if you meant verbally or physically.
No,
physically, I agree. You should not be fighting anybody, no matter what.
Unless there was like something like very like
Ezra Miller
or someone, whomever I will say, but either case, it's more along the lines of like we're here to play a show, we're here to make friends.
Okay, so see, now that I have more context, I understand that a little bit more.
So the other advice that we've always done is stay for each band. We've always tried to. Each one of the members have at least tried to stay at the show. If one of us has to go because we have work at 4 a.m, we end up going, but the other 3 or 2 will more than likely stay because it's more of like we stayed, we want to hang out, we want to talk to the fans as well as we want the fans to see the other bands, and it's only fair that everyone all stays and hangs out. We don't want you just to only see us. Like, we love it, we're glad that you came to see us, but we want you to see the other bands because the other bands will be great and the other bands are trying to do their shit. You know what I mean? It's only fair to them that our fans are their fans.
Yeah, exactly.
And then more music.
Yeah, because then you turn on more people to the other bands and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with most of that. There's a couple things I could add, and 2 of these might be controversial. I don't know. People might start hating me.
I hate you.
But so the first one, this one is probably the safest answer. Know who you're in a band with, and like really pay attention to like how your other bandmates act.
Yeah.
If somebody is starting to act weird, or even if they're acting normal to you, but surrounding areas start seeming a little weird, start looking into that. Start asking people who are either saying these type of stuff or know more about it. Start asking those questions. Like, be more active on your personal image. And if you start seeing stuff that's kind of like, oh, I don't know why people are hating on me, investigate it and figure out why. And then try and, deal with that situation as soon as possible. Whether it be a bandmate or what you're doing as a band is seen as something problematic. People that you play shows with and people that come to your shows are more priority than keeping all your original members intact.
Right. No.
That it should be your priority.
I think that's a perfect tip.
And my second tip, and this is the controversial one.
Oh.
It has to do with pay to play and the difference between backyard shows and being in an actual venue.
Yeah.
You are more likely to meet somebody who is going to take your music further at an actual venue than you are in somebody's backyard. So that should be your priority. And if pay to play is to get there, then I don't see the problem. Because you're not paying to play necessarily. You're selling tickets to play at this venue. Because what does every other big band do?
They do that.
Sell tickets.
Right.
They might have an automated system or use Ticketmaster, but that's because they're big enough to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Us as local bands, we just kind of have to shop tickets around and like get people to come, whether it's our friends or going into that local area and promoting it at a supermarket or something like that. I don't think backyard shows are a waste of time. That's not what I'm saying.
They can be fun
because they're very fun. A lot of the times they are a lot of fun, and sometimes they're more fun than playing at a venue because it's very intimate. You're not on stage. You don't have a divide between you and your audience. I do think they're great. I'm not saying they're not great, but if you're serious about your art and you're like, I want to do this forever, I want to be in a band that tours everywhere, you are not going to get there playing in many different people's backyards all the time.
And most of the
you're
time,
not going to.
Most of the time, to be fair, the backyard may be your friends or your family friends, and that only goes
somebody you know.
Yeah,
and that creates a small vacuum, and then you get stuck in being known only locally.
Right.
And people coming to your shows because either it's free or cheap because it's in somebody's backyard, or because they know that they could see you every weekend at like your friend's backyard or something. I don't think, and I don't want to shame anyone that does that, because I think it's fun and I think it's important for your audience to do those every now and then. But if you are very serious about your band and you want it to go somewhere, then this whole aspect that has come prevalent in this scene, and that I know it has, specifically in the metal scene in Ventura, where it's like pay to play.
It's a lot of bands, honestly.
It is a lot of bands. It's not
even just metal bands. I've heard it from many other bands, and it's like,
I understand being tired of it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this to everyone right now. You are not going to make it playing in the backyard. It's a little brutal, but you are not going to branch out of local fame in somebody's backyard. It's not possible.
Yeah.
It's just not. And, as any other business, things are an investment.
Mm-hmm.
And a good way to segue this is me and a friend are trying to do shows because, like, I don't know if anyone knows, I'm an audio engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And so is he.
I may have said that in the beginning, but if not,
maybe, I don't know.
You are an audio
engineer. I am. I've worked at a venue. I've done a lot of things with my audio engineering skills. I graduated from Musicians Institute. I was hired while I was studying at a venue.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of know my stuff in that realm, and so does my friend. Probably more so than me, because he's been at it a lot longer than me. So in that specific thing, we are trying to start up some sort of something where we go to different locations. We have our own consoles, our own sound systems, everything. We set it up in a place and we run shows. We're trying to do that. So for a lot of you local bands that think it's insane to pay like maybe $300 to play at like, Music Freaks or something like that, for you to think that's insane, what me and my friend have to do is we essentially have to invest tens of thousands of dollars in order to get this business
to go
standing.
Right.
How is your band not the same thing as a business? Little spoiler here for you. It's not. It's the exact fucking same thing. And you should be looking at it as a business. If you're not, you're dooming yourself from the start of getting anywhere outside of a backyard. If you've ever had visions of like seeing a band somewhere at like St. Glen Helen, the Forum, the Wiltern, any of these big things, if you see visions of your band playing there, you have to start taking on shows at venues.
Pretty much.
And if pay to play is what you got to do, then it's what you got to do. You are running a business, and businesses that are starting out need investment.
So, if I may, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you pretty much, I'm in agreement with you, of course. The unfortunate thing about the whole people being super against the pay to play thing, especially here locally, Rock City Studios, as it was, now Music Freaks, got so much of the worst Brent end of it, which was insane to me because they had the lowest pay to play ever. And
they even had options where you can make money. In the band that shall not be named that I was in, we made decent money back.
correct.
We weren't just paying money to them. We were getting our own money. If you have that grind set,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have that like drive to sell tickets, you can do it and you can make money.
They literally would give you so many tickets. They only had a small cap. I don't remember what it was. It's been so long.
Back when I was doing it, I think it was like 150 or 200.
Something like that.
It was so
150,
so fucking small. And like, you were selling tickets at like what, $10 to $15 a pop?
I think the pre-sales were $10 at the door. It was 15. They had that $5 increase. But what I'm saying is, so exactly. So they would do it at 150. They would give you like 50 tickets. The other 25 you sell, you get to keep the money. That was always the case. So
and I like, my brain immediately goes to you and me and a lot of other people who are in bands have at least 4 to 5 members.
Mm-hmm.
That is not that much tickets you have to sell per person.
No.
It really is not, and you have no excuse to complain. In my opinion, and I don't care if you hate me after saying this, I really don't care. But like, as a single artist though, I could see where you'd get upset.
A solo one, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But, pretty much the way we have always done it was like we would just pay for the most part. You know what I mean? I always like just
I sold tickets, bro.
I would pay and then I would sell the tickets. So then we would be like, okay, well, we paid. Now we just have to make back what we just paid and then like.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I would pay my share already. And then I would just like, okay, we're just going to make back what we made or what we missed.
I got to be real with you for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I got to piss like really bad.
Go run. I'll just wait here. Unless you want to bring the microphone in.
You guys want to hear me piss?
I don't think anyone wants to hear you piss.
Nobody wants to hear me piss.
I don't even know if anyone's watching.
Nobody's fucking watching.
I'm sure there's 2 people. Oh, there's 2 people watching.
One of them is me.
One of them is one person's watching. I'm alone now. All alone with my dark thoughts. I don't know what the fuck to do. Oh. Well, this is going to be fun because I'm not going to even fucking edit this out. Oh. So here we are on the podcast with Gabe. If you want to message the chat, we have it right here. Hopefully everyone's enjoying this now, or they soon will be. I think he moved the camera. Did he move the camera? No. It's just the phone changed. Retarded. Retarded. All right. Well, he's pissing, and he's right over there. I know exactly where he is. My bedroom is very close to the bathroom. And he's tinkling. He be a tinkling. There's the toilet. I think this house was made in 1850s. Because you could hear everything. I hear him. He's back. He's right outside the door. He's just wondering what the hell I've been doing for the last 2 minutes. He's been pissing. I know you're there. I heard the metal clank. There you are.
Man, I feel like I just pissed out a gallon.
You probably did. I mean, you had 2 drinks, and then whatever water you have, or
I did have water before coming here.
So yeah, so we were on Pay to Play.
Mm-hmm.
The green light showing, right? Yeah.
Yes, it is. I'm. This probably sounds awful, but
that's life.
It's done now.
It's not gonna be edited. So as we were saying, I feel like I need to fix the table. I feel like the legs.
I keep leaning on it. I'm sorry.
No, I want to make sure that it's actually not like going to fall over. No, it's good. All
okay,
right.
cool.
Just losing my mind.
So Pay to Play.
As I was saying, so you touched on a lot of things, and that's exactly what I wanted to say which was Music Freaks was the lowest, and then us as a band, Disrupted Euphoria, we would play Whiskey A Go Go, and I've always saw it, no matter what, it wasn't even a question of like, should we or should we not, we were just like, I had the idea, it's an investment, like you said, and also Disrupted Euphoria is going to be on the Whiskey A Go Go. Not only as a fan of AC/DC, The Doors, Black Sabbath, everyone that I've ever listened to shared that stage. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but like their name were up there. And then, if that's the cost, then that's the cost. But my name is now on a billboard for the next 24 hours being broadcast to everyone who drives by. Mm-hmm. Chances of someone actually reading it and listening to our music or wanting to look us up, who knows?
Well, another thing is specifically in Hollywood, people don't drive a whole lot.
Correct.
So people who are in Hollywood are walking around. So they're without a doubt seeing your stuff. A second thing is with your name being up on the whiskey for 24 hours. Pretty much
24, at least until like
the whiskey isn't just in the middle of fucking nowhere. You got the Roxy and the Viper Room down the way. You've got the Rainbow, which is like right next door. Legendary place.
Exactly, both legendary.
All of them are legendary.
I mean, the Viper Room.
You know, you got the Roxy, the Viper Room, the Rainbow. You've got tons of traffic in that area. It is an investment, the way you say. It's another type of advertising for your band.
Mm-hmm. And that's basically what I was getting to. Is like, mm-hmm. you know, whether the venue does that or not, it's still a venue, and also you get to play somewhere that more than likely has either a decent sound or it has at least a stage, and you could at least hopefully not only play to your fans who want to come see you, but to new fans. And that's another thing is you want to bring in the new people. You want to bring in the new crowd. You know, if you keep playing backyard shows, as fun as they are and as good as they are and as cheap as they are, that's what they are. End of the day.
You're just going to be known locally, and that's the max you're going to get, which has its own perks, because the band that shall not be named was pretty big locally for a while.
No, yeah. You guys were the giants.
Like us, Half Past.
Literally would, a lot of the times, after a show, I would, because I don't know, I guess I was insane. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I would literally, because I knew you guys were there, Half Past was there, Plan Your Escape. All these guys were like, okay, they're way ahead of us. Obviously, clearly way ahead of me, but I would watch like, okay, how many likes do they have? How many Instagram? Okay, what do we have? And I would keep tally. I'd be like, okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're
you've
moving.
Far surpassed both of us at this point.
Yeah.
You guys, and you specifically, I want to give a shout out to you because, and you know, people might think this first part's mean. The first time I saw you, you were hot doo-doo on the drums.
I still think I am, but yes.
No, you have improved. Shut the fuck up. I just did sound for you guys at a fucking tattoo shop not too long ago. I've seen your improvement, and I am 100% so fucking proud of you because it was you. It was you that did that. Yeah. You took the initiative. You got to where you are now, and you should be proud of yourself.
I am, but you know,
and you shouldn't dog yourself by saying you're still doo-doo. Okay, you need to recognize your progress that you've done, and I'm proud of you. And I just want to say the first time I saw you guys was at Azars. Azars.
Well, yeah, no, we were doing, a hot tip to any local band. Do not do an every Wednesday free show for 3 hours when you're a band, because I can show you the set list.
Taxing.
Not only is it 3 hours of just having different cover songs with the drummer who's not good at cover songs, but it's just like we don't have our songs, and the songs that we had were very limited. Like we had some, but not a whole lot. I think we had 10 songs at the time, and then like we've since now like have newer 10 songs that we've been playing forever, which hopefully soon I could actually say that the album's coming out. Hopefully. But in any case, soon enough. But like at that time, yeah, no, I wasn't good. A lot of that was like great practice for me to finally understand what I'm supposed to be doing, because this is my first band. This has been my first, and I will say only band. I was in one band for a week, and it only lasted a week.
I'm gonna get you to play for my project. I'm gonna do it.
I'm not technical.
It's barely not technical. Who said it was technical?
I know you.
It's not gonna be technical. A lot of the drum parts we're playing we're writing on.
I can do AC/DC beats very well. I'm very I don't know if you know this, but I'm a bit of an AC/DC fan.
I'm something of an AC/DC fan. Anyway,
in any case, but back to pay to play, which I wanted to say. So it's an investment, right? We've obviously clearly covered that. Whatever the amount was, I was okay with doing, because I'm like, well, I have a job. I don't really have anything else to pay for other than my drums and to be in this band. And so as much as I should have probably saved a little bit for stickers and stuff like that, we didn't start getting stickers till very recently. But that's only because I found...
Which I have like all of them.
I would hope so. I don't know.
Suck it.
I don't know.
I keep everything you give me.
Okay.
I still have your mug, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. What? No, I'm kidding. So like...
That's my second favorite mug. The only reason why it's my second favorite is because my Beetlejuice one is.
And that's crazy.
Greetings from Brazil. Welcome. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but welcome.
What?
There's a man from Brazil watching us right now. See, this is why it's important to have the chat up.
Son of a bitch. Oh.
Get yourself...
I should have you here to do the chat.
Yeah.
Because I don't have anyone else. This has just been me and that phone. That's basically it. That's all I've been doing.
I'll send you all the gear that would,
Yeah, I mean, I have the money for that. I still have to wait to get my car back.
That is true. That's true. So that maybe...
Yeah. Whenever that is, I will have it. I will.
Like I said, I have Saturdays off. I could come here.
I've been almost planning them for mostly Saturdays.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you keep them on Saturdays, I could come here.
That'd be perfect. I didn't want to get that off topic, but in any case, so what I was going to say was, it's really weird to me the whole entire time too, when this whole debate even began to erupt, and then like pretty much like now Music Freaks doesn't do that many shows because of it, because I didn't want to get involved with all that shit. It sucks, but in any case, what I was going to say is, it's weird to me that a lot of the bands that were saying, I don't want to pay to play is bullshit, fuck that, fuck this, they're there at the merch booth with t-shirts that they invested in with their names, or they're there with stickers. It's like, okay, so wait, you guys are willing. I don't get this. You're willing to pay for the drumsticks, pay for your equipment, all that stuff. You're willing to pay for the gas to get to the show. You're willing to pay for the shirts, the buttons, the stickers, everything being made that says your band name, that's custom. I know how much it costs. I'm in a band too.
I know how much it costs too, because I make that shit.
The stickers I get, luckily, because I found the right sticker person. It's actually called Sticker Guy. You could look him up. I highly recommend it. $20 for 250 stickers. My first set of stickers were this big. They were from Sticker Mule. They were horrible. They were the worst quality, and it was like $100, or it was like almost $200 for 100 stickers. That came out that big. I'm not joking. I've been labeled small stickers for my band because of the small stickers that I had bought. I had no idea. I thought I put it in the right dimensions, but apparently I didn't. You know what I mean?
I remember those. I still have those.
A lot of people do. A lot of people don't. I'm glad that they don't. I threw them all away. I'm like, this is bullshit.
You gave them to me. That's what really happened. And I have them all. And I'm never giving them away. They're mine.
But that was my first instance with trying to find stickers, and I made a post on Facebook, and I had forgotten this, but apparently I made a post on Facebook saying, like, who can direct me into the right places to find merch, because we basically were like, who's going to do what? And they were like, Jacob, why don't you just do stickers and pins? I'm still working on enamel pins. I want to get those going, as well as buttons. But I'm going to do a homemade thing.
I think I know somebody who could get you decent enamel pins.
Because like there's Wizard pins, but I know Wizard pins is not only sponsored, but they're going to be overpriced. Because the thing with Sticker Guy is it's like a locally known place. They're based in Las Vegas. It's mom and pop shop. They have like, this is when you'll possibly get it. You know, we're going to start working on it, whatever. They'll let you know. Their customer service is amazing. And it's, where are you going to get 250 stickers?
Usually homegrown
for $20.
Homegrown people are the way to go. I'm just a guy with an embroidery machine. I do some of the cleanest embroidery you could get.
Exactly. So that's what I would rather find. I'd rather not go to Wizard Pins. Unfortunately, I'm sure they're a great company, but I'd rather go somewhere that actually will not only cater to me, but like at least have decent prices and not overcharge and have these stupid like, oh look, our stickers will have the best quality and da-da-da, it's waterproof. It's like if you're making stickers and they're not any of those things like weatherproof or anything like that, then what the fuck are you doing? Sticker Guy doesn't advertise with that. It's like, we make stickers over here. My mom has had stickers on like multiple things and they've stuck perfectly fine. You know what I mean?
I should have brought my water bottle in. I have a fuck ton of stickers right on that. Oh, I did. See, look, okay. All you people that claim to be fans of this guy's band, I'm diehard.
That's from Sticker Guy.
And I'm diehard. Sticker Guy. Fucking best sticker I have on here, dude. The only things that come close to it are the Meat Canyon stickers, but we're not going to talk about those. We're going to talk about yours. These are some of the only stickers that I have where the corners have not gotten fucked. Like this little bitch and my fucking Terrifier sticker. Terror threads. I'm fucking coming at you. This shit, all the corners got fucked. Go to Sticker Guy.
I mean, that's who I would promote the most. I tell a lot of local bands like, hey, you have $20, you can go to Sticker Guy. Their requirement is black and white logo. And it's like, all right, I'll have a logo that's black and white. You know what I mean? The only sticker, I don't know if the circle one that's on there, the Doctor Will See You Now.
I covered it with Deftones. I apologize.
That's a better band, it's fair. And so I did get the circle ones at first from some other company that took 3 months to finally send me the stickers for some reason. I don't know why. And they wouldn't email me. Like, I emailed them 100 times, like, hey, what's the deadline? Like, where am I? And they wouldn't respond back to me. I even had to go on their Facebook page and message them, and I finally got a response. And I'm like, what the fuck is this company? And it was $100 for 100 stickers. I'm like, this is bullshit. I would have to sell these at $1.50 each if I wanted to. But
to make any sort of profit.
Right. But my biggest thing is stickers should be free, especially if you're a local band. It's all about getting people stickers so they can take those stickers.
Yeah, your stickers should be free. Normal stickers like that people are gonna put on their water bottles and shit. Yeah, those should be free. Bumper stickers,
I mean, yeah,
different story.
I guess.
But like,
and for me, I've always wanted free stickers because I've seen bands like sell stickers and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I feel like you're kind of limiting yourself because like now you're like putting a restriction on like you can have stickers, but you need to give me $5.
I feel like you shouldn't be charging for stickers unless you're like touring.
Because I will at shows when we're playing, when we do the song Doctor, we do story time. In the beginning, I will, in my battle jacket, because it has inside pockets, I'll have a whole bunch of stickers, and I'll just walk in front of Hannah while she's telling her story about the Doctor, H.A. Tome, and I'll start throwing them all out. And then after the show,
you're like the guy from Resident Evil 4. Welcome, stranger.
Exactly.
But you have stickers. You're like the meme. He's got that good shit, and you just put up the sticker.
When we're done playing, too, I will go around with the tub of stickers that I have and start dispersing them all out. I'll make sure I get everyone. I'll even get everyone twice because I know that's either 3, 4, 5 stickers. Those 5 stickers are getting placed somewhere, either in their house, on their car, or somewhere where our name is now being advertised. And someone, their friend, family, or someone else is going to be like, who the fuck is disrupting you for?
Your name is advertised on my work a lot.
Exactly. And they're going to a lot of people are curious. They're going to be like, what's disrupting you for?
By the way, this one I will not cover fully.
Thank
by
you.
the way.
I like that
one. This one was my favorite. The reason why I was slightly okay to do this.
I think
this is not a dog to you guys. It's kind of cringe.
It is?
A little bit. At least for me. But cringe is subjective.
No.
I don't know. The doctor will see you now.
That's what she says. It's the lyric.
That I didn't know.
Yeah. That's literally the lyric in the song The Doctor.
Understood now. It's less cringe now.
Yeah.
Okay. But
he's not a fan of our music. It's fine.
Shut the fuck up.
He's been lying the whole
time. I'm the OG, okay? Some specific somebody will say he is, but he's not.
We've been playing that song, I think, since Almost Azars. At least.
I can understand maybe a little screams.
Bit over, but yeah.
That's too much to ask of me. But I have to look up the lyrics to some of these metal bands.
That's fine. Hey, you know what? To be fair, I never know what Hannah's saying until I hear the recording of it, and I go, "Oh, that's like Toy." I had no idea what the fucking lyrics were until we finally first recorded it, and I'm like, "Oh, she's actually, that's what she's." Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like I knew they were words. Somewhere.
The only time I can understand who anyone's saying is me, and I wrote it.
But yeah, in any case, like it's like if you're gonna invest so much into your band and then just cut short on
probably the most important aspect.
Yeah, then that's just like how like you need to ask yourself how willing.
So a lot of Ventura, they get mad at places like Music Freaks where their bar is so low. Do you want to know the max amount of pre-sale I had to pay? $1,000.
I think we probably surpassed
at the whiskey. It was $1,000, and we were playing with two bands that were nothing like us. This was in Los Antares. We opened for Alasana and Get Scared. We were so far from both of those bands, and we paid $1,000 to play there. Well, we didn't even have all the ticket money. My dad had to help me pay for it because I was in fucking high school, and that's
Well, I have two things I guess to say. So at least for us, I don't know how much money we've spent at the whiskey. It's a lot because it's been like I think 13, 14 times.
No, you're not. This was one show,
right? But I'm just saying, like, I know how that is.
Yeah,
and we've played very different ranges of how much. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, there's sometimes you don't even really. There's sometimes where they have local nights, and the whiskey's pre-sale for local nights is pretty dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of it is because it's like a fucking local.
No, so yeah, I was gonna say a few things on touching on that. Yeah, we've pretty much paid our fair share. I understand how much that is, but yeah, we paid that and more just because it's been like, well, we're opening for Butcher Babies.
Yeah, when it's something because I remember a lot of like Los Antares. We weren't even really excited to be opening for Alasana like at all. We were just, I think we were more stoked to play with Get Scared than Alasana. And rightfully so. A lot of the guys in Alasana were fucking pricks that night. I don't know what was going on, but they treated me like shit. They treated the rest of my band like shit. But the guys from Get Scared were cool as fuck. The vocalist sat through our entire set and then told us we were good.
That's nice.
So, fuck you, Alasana, but Get Scared. You guys are fucking sick as fuck. I still listen to your music.
Right. So I was going to ask, did the band that shall now be named, they never played there, correct?
No. I don't think we ever played the whiskey.
I don't remember
that. I kept telling them that we should.
Just to do it at least once.
I will say, that's what I mean. I kept telling them we should, but they didn't. They wanted to fuck with this production company that I absolutely hated, and I told them it was a horrible idea. And we did it anyway. Right. And I don't even remember how we did it anyway because me and the rest of the band thought it was shitty. and a bad bet. And guess what? It was because we were on a stage with no awning. David got like 2nd-degree sunburns.
Oh, that's that show that Hannah, Austin, and Jamie were at. I wasn't there because I think I was doing something else.
You made the right choice.
Yeah.
They did not have any water for their artists. I had to get water from somebody who worked at the actual venue.
I remember
because we were sitting out there dying in the fucking heat under the shade. Some guy comes out of like an office area. He's like, "Hey, are you guys okay?" I'm like, "We just got off stage. The stage had no awning. We're all insanely sunburned right now, and none of the promoters have water for any of us." And he was like, "Oh my god!" Like the dude was actually shocked, and he went back into his thing, got us all ice cold waters, 2 for each of us.
Yeah.
So the actual person working at the Pico Rivera Sports Arena, I love you, and you saved my life that day. Pirate Entertainment. I have not heard from you guys since, so I feel comfortable saying this. Fuck you.
Oh boy.
You fucked me over in Los Centaurs. You fucked me over in the band that shall not be named. I hate you with all my fiber in my being. And if you're dead, I'm glad you're dead because you were a piece of shit. And you exploited local bands by, going, oh, you could play with Escape the Fate. You could play with All Sauna. I've played with Escape the Fate twice with Los Centaurs. One was at the Pico Revere Sports Arena. It sucked. One was in Long Beach, which was my last show with Los Centaurs. And that was awesome. Because guess what? Pirate Entertainment, I believe, had nothing to do with it.
That's interesting. That name sounds vaguely familiar.
They're shit. They're shit. And if they're still around, they're shit.
That's a shame.
Don't play with them. They're trash. They're not going to give 2 shits about you. And they're going to cut corners, like not providing water for their artists. And
if they've changed since then, that's, a
if shame. They've changed since then, because this was 2016, 2017 Pirate Entertainment. If you've changed since then, I take back everything I said. If you have not, then fuck you.
Yeah.
I think I know the specific guy.
Well, we don't need to name
but
names.
I'm not going to dox him. But you know who you are.
If you ever end up watching this.
Man, who I'm not going to name, that worked for Pirate Entertainment in 2016, 2017, fuck you.
Yeah.
I hope... that's a little rough to say.
Yeah, that's
what I hope you have nothing to do with the entertainment industry anymore. That's what I hope. I hope other things that I'm not going to say.
There we go. We'll keep it off air.
Yeah, we'll keep that off air. When the camera goes off, I'll tell you my exact feelings for said person.
And the mics will stay on.
And the mics will stay on. It will go on YouTube.
No, I'm kidding.
No. I'm pretty sure I still have that guy on fucking Facebook.
Who knows?
Anyway, but yeah, so I've done a lot of things. People might not know me as much because the band Who Shall Not Be Named was big in 2016 and 2017.
I think up until 2018, right? At least.
I was out
late 17 then. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as soon as me and David were gone, nobody gave a fuck about that band.
Pretty much. I mean, I think we played a show with them.
Yeah, and you sent me a video and we laughed about it.
Yeah.
That's right, I'm gonna dox you now. You laugh too.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't be called to testify. These are all lies.
You've been subpoenaed by the United States.
I hate to break
Supreme
this,
Court.
but I'm actually Richard Nixon. And
it's Tricky Dick Run.
I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
No, so yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, that's. God, yeah, that name sounds familiar. Pirate Entertainment. I feel like we may have done something once for them, but
I'm okay to smear them from 2016 to 2017. And even before that, in like 2014, they were still pretty trash.
I wouldn't even call it smearing because you're like speaking from experience.
Yeah, it's not really smearing if I fucking experienced it.
And to be fair, that goes for anyone who's watching who wants to be a promoter, who wants to do shows, who wants to make shows and do that aspect of it. It's like, not only like watch out for the fans that are coming in, have proper security, have proper everything like food, water, drinks, bathrooms, all that shit. You need to have that in hindsight. Second thing is the artist. The artist is there to get you the fucking, people to come. That's the other big thing. So if you're going to have a festival, make sure they have, and what the weather is. Everyone knows what the weather is. If you don't have a window, then you should probably buy a fucking window and look out
or go outside. And exactly. if you're in the sex dungeon, you're probably not promoting shows.
Stop promoting the sex dungeon that's under you right now. I would like you to stop talking about the sex dungeon.
Stop talking about the sex dungeon in Jacob's basement on Hitch Boulevard.
You're giving out way too much information.
We live in California. We don't have basements.
Yeah, we don't. We don't
have basements. And Jacob doesn't have a gun on me over there.
Can you imagine?
There's no other person over there staring at me with an AR-15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is.
No, there's not.
No, there's not.
There's not. Help. I mean, whelp.
I'm gonna dig out of this hole. Back to the sex dungeon. Do you want to be a part of it? No.
No. Andrew, if you're Tate, I don't want to be part of your sex dungeon.
If you're gonna be that part of the entertainment or have a venue or something like that, like, think ahead. Know what's going on. Like, if anything, you could watch that the Woodstock documentary.
The Woodstock documentary is a perfect example of how to not run a show.
Yeah.
It's the perfect example.
You want to watch a shit show go to shit and literally have hundreds of fans end up getting like diseases and shit like that they got.
Sexual assault that was just absolutely fucking rampant. And like, children being victims of sexual assault.
People like drinking shit water.
I don't think, since we're on this topic, I don't think the original guy who started Woodstock ever intended any of that. I don't think he intended to have that outcome where people were sexually assaulted. And it's especially regurgitated in the end when he talks about it, where he absolutely finds it awful. And he was absolutely distraught that happened. I think he was delusional. Because we were in such a different time than the late 60s, early 70s, when Woodstock was like in its infancy.
The first one.
When you look at 99 and you look at the bands that were popular, we're talking about Rage Against the Machine, Limp Bizkit, Korn, Red Hot Chili Peppers, like but a lot of that, especially like Limp Bizkit and Rage Against the Machine, I mean, Rage Against the Machine says it all in the title.
Yeah.
You had some bands that had a lot of anger behind them. Yeah. And you had living conditions that were absolutely awful.
Yeah.
It was inevitable.
That brings up another topic is, at least for promoters, a big thing is if you're going to put on a show, know the bands, know what they're playing. Because like you were mentioning like how you were so far from that other band that you played at the Whiskey A Go-Go with Lost in the Taurus. We secured a deal with the Whiskey A Go-Go to play and open up for a Doors cover band, Disrupted Euphoria, and a Doors cover band. People have heard us talk about it.
Very odd mixture.
Ever listened to the Doors?
And I heard the singer was
very miffed,
very Lizard Kingy.
And I will say, look, from a fan as the Doors, as a fan who is a Doors fan and stuff like that, they were great in the fact that they very much adhered to the Doors, and they did like if you wanted to be the Doors, do the long songs, because that's what they did that night, was long songs and shit like that. They actually drawn out the songs as if it was the Doors, which is fair. But they booked us And we were like, we're going to do a show. And so then after us, you have The Doors, which is a very slower, quieter band, unless you play Break On Through 100 billion times at a faster and faster rapid pace.
God.
But they didn't do that, you know. And so the singer was getting pissed off because everyone was not paying attention. Everyone was talking. He could hear everyone talking instead of watching. So unfortunately for the band, like, I understand why he was pissed.
Yeah.
But people were like, oh, this is the show. Because it wasn't just us. It was another metal band before us called Temperamental. And
why are they booking metal bands with the Doors?
From what I heard through the grapevine, someone was trying to get fired, or someone was trying to quit, or someone just didn't give a shit. I don't know. Anything could have happened that night. But in any case, whatever, whoever, they're like, we'll do it. It'll be not only funny, but we're going to do it. And there's few other metal band. I think it was like 2 other metal bands, or like one. At least I knew Temperamental was one.
That's a good way to get fired.
Yeah, I'd say so. But that's the point. Is like,
just quit. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why ruin your work reputation?
Which brings back my point, which is like, we played shows where it's all like, what are we doing here? There should have been like at least somewhat close to the same music as us. You know, like, why aren't you guys, if you're going to book something or be a booker, at least be like, okay, I'll definitely have Disrupt Euphoria on. Who should I else have on? Maybe someone close to that genre, or not close, but at least in the same area, same pace, same, beats per minute, BPM or something like that, or something that'll like flow evenly, not just like, we'll have Disrupt Euphoria, Doors, and then like,
so
something else.
To add on to this, because I saw something weird earlier last month. My friend was trying to win tickets to Lollapalooza, and it's a pretty mainstream thing. You know, you got Billie Eilish and Kendrick Lamar headlining some of the days, and then you have Knocked Loose on the bill.
I think I saw this,
and I was like, what the fuck is Knocked Loose doing playing with Billie Eilish? I mean, don't get me wrong, this is where I'm going to dox myself. I actually do like Billie Eilish. I own 2 of her albums on record. So, I'm okay with coming out as a Billie Eilish fan. I actually really enjoy her music.
Perfect for Pride Month.
Yeah. But anyway, I would go to Lollapalooza solely for Billie Eilish and Kendrick Lamar, because I love both of them so much. But seeing Knocked Loose on there made me slightly happy, because I'm like, this is kind of cool, because, people who would never touch a hardcore record are going to see a hardcore band.
Yeah.
And that's interesting, and like, I think if you're going to add Knocked Loose to Lollapalooza, why not go full balls to the walls? Why not throw fucking Whitechapel on there? Why not throw, well, you can't throw on Black Dahlia anymore. Black Dahlia, break up, okay? This is a side note. Break up, okay? I cannot watch you without Trevor, and I never will. And I feel like a lot of fans are going to feel the same way. I think branch out and do other things. But Trevor was such a big part of that band. It is hard to go back to that. Like, if I went to go see Black Dahlia when they're playing around here, which is coming up, I'd probably cry. I would literally cry and then leave early. Like, I don't know. Trevor was so... anyone who's a Black Dahlia fan, Trevor was so near and dear to, like, our hearts. That, like, the way he died and him being gone, I feel like I'm not alone in saying that I couldn't watch them play without him.
Right, so they're thinking of getting another singer, or
they already have one.
Oh, okay.
It's their founding guitarist.
I don't know anything about this band, so all right.
Yeah, but I love Black Dahlia, so
yeah, it's kind of like how I feel. That's almost how I feel about Queen in a weird way, because I'm like, Queen is playing shows.
Who sings for them now?
Adam Lambert.
Fuck you. Okay? No, no.
Is it
Fuck
Adam
you,
Lambert?
first of all.
Hold on, I could be wrong.
It is, if you're talking about the guy from Maroon 5.
No, it's the guy that won American Idol.
Oh, is it not? I swear they're the same person.
No.
Are they not?
No.
Well, okay, then I'm wrong. Adam Lambert's different though. Didn't he
You might want to look this up.
Who's the one that
Let's fact check this before Jacob gets his foot in his mouth.
Who's the one that was talking to ladies he shouldn't have been talking to?
That's a lot of.
Was that Adam Levine?
Yeah, that's the guy from Maroon 5. Adam.
Okay, never mind. Adam Levine, fuck you.
Yeah.
Adam, whatever, I don't know your name.
Lambert, look up Adam Lambert. Let me see if I got that name right.
Adam Lambert is an American singer, music group's Queen since 2011.
So,
no, that should not be a thing. Yeah, I don't care who the fuck you are. You're not gonna compete with fucking Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
What I like to call Queen, since they do play shows with Adam Lambert, they advertise it Queen with Adam Lambert. It's like, so seems like you're just a cover band. It sounds like you're just an paid cover band at this point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because that's not Freddie Mercury. Queen died when Freddie Mercury died. You know, it's like
to a lot of us that like Black Dahlia and like that melodic death metal, and Black Dahlia being one of the biggest bands in that genre.
Mm-hmm.
To see them continuing is heartbreaking, in my opinion. Hey, the guy on the right's mix is blown out a little.
Oh, I can't do anything about that.
That is me.
Yeah, I guess you're a little loud. Yeah.
That was probably awful. I don't know what to do about that. That's your wheelhouse. I'm technically
these mics can just pick you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not that. They're very sensitive.
Well, thanks for telling me that. On an hour and 50 minutes in.
I don't. This is the fun part of it. It's raw. It's unedited.
That's true. I do like this a lot, and I would love to come back eventually.
Of course.
But yeah, like for me and a couple other people, just started watching. Well, welcome, Mushroom Bat. We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
This is his show.
This is Mr. Lips Talk Shit. I don't know if you know me or him, but this is Gabe. He's a vocalist.
Hello.
And he's going to learn how to quiet his volume down.
I'm going to attempt. I've had a couple drinks.
It's like classroom. Yeah, he's been drinking and I'm sober. Unfortunately. Then again, you don't even actually know what's in this.
I'm also just louder than you.
That's true.
So, that's one thing. Here,
also, I know how they...
I'll try something. This is going to be awful, Mushroom Bat, but bear with me.
We're trying here.
We're attempting.
It's a small
Let me just
operation.
ruin my Whitechapel shirt a bit.
Just be
why didn't you get the Rode ones, bro?
Because
Rode has the same exact clip-on shit.
These were $180. They were wireless, and they were.
I think Rodes are cheaper. I'm not gonna lie.
I just saw that.
Labs mics also have omnidirectional pickup. I know.
He's actually a sound engineer.
I'm an audio engineer. I know they have omnidirectional pickup.
They're called Lark Sounds, I think these are called. I don't know.
Yeah, because the ones I've been looking at where the Rode Goes, specifically the Rode Go 2s. Oh, you know what? Never mind, you paid way less. These Rode Goes are like $300, but I think you get like 2 of them.
Yeah, so these come with the wireless plug-in that goes into your phone. They're 2 mics, and they're...
You guys are peaking a lot. Thank you, Reaper of Souls 86. I appreciate that. I'm hoping that this is getting better. I'm gonna hold this here.
That's fine. I don't know what it's doing.
You guys tell me if this is better or if this is worse. Or you know what? Right there.
Yeah,
Tell me if you can still hear me.
Let's wait.
We'll wait.
I'll do the same thing.
I hear you fine now. Okay.
I'll just start doing that then.
Yeah,
This is a learning experience.
Putting stuff up here then. That's pretty good. See,
they're quiet. They're Yeah, so they were $180, and they last like 20, 30 hours or something like that. Because
I think that's better than the Rodes as far as battery life goes.
The case charges them, so you charge it's like a headphone case.
Okay.
Yeah, see.
That's pretty good. Jacob needs to get closer. Oh, someone knows you. Okay, so you were probably fine. I was probably the one that was. Well, no, this guy said you guys are peaking a lot. Who are you, Reaper of Souls 86? Because you know Jacob.
And again, I think we just said
I wanna know who you are, real quick.
Yeah, my name is Mr. List. What are you talking about? That might be Jack.
Is that Jack? Is that you, Jack? You both know me. It's Jack.
It's either Jack.
It's either Jack or Austin.
But like I said, well, Austin's working.
It's Jack. Am I right? You'll tell me if I'm right. All right, 3 beers in. I'm halfway through the 6-pack.
Yeah, I'll just make a sign that says I like classroom voice, or like speaking voice, or something like quieter, I guess.
Oh, it's 100% Jack.
Why?
He just said maybe with a wink.
Yeah, that's Jack.
Yeah, it's Jack.
Yeah. Sorry, Sparky.
Or yeah, Sparky.
Sparky.
Wait, why would he not just name himself Sparky? What the fuck are you doing, Jack?
The account is probably like older than the band, to be fair.
Jack was avid on Twitch. It's an old school account. Okay, it's Jack.
Fucking
It's 100% Jack. Yeah, I'm loud, so you know. And I'm also not the one doing the audio for this, which is why
there is literally no way to do the audio unless I go over there and open up the app and figure it out on the app. But I mean, I don't know what. Here, I could do that right now.
But see why it's important to have a chat now?